Okay, good morning to NJ Amatupagagwa and my fellow friends. Today we are going to explain our problem-based task. In our group, we have 5 members, which is me, Lau Jack Han, and the next member is Lim Jia Jing, Lau Yan Fei, Nofara Maisara Binti Magno, and Chang Hui Sheng. Now we are going to explain the problem-based task. Okay, in this part, I will going to present. First, import java.util. This is for the user to insert the value. Then, next is a class name particular int. Next is void display. It will display the following output below. Okay, integer I equal to 0, string password equal to p, alliance ssword 1234. Then is string input pass. Here we are going to create an object particular in preview equal to new particular int, and also the scanner sc equal to new scanner. The system.in is for us to input the value. Okay. Next is we use do while to print the output. System.out.print line, enter your password. Input pass equal to as the next time is for you to enter the value. Okay, if else here is used to input pass is if input pass is equal to the password, it will print out the following output like system.out.print line particular int, then carrier bin root 8 comma particular monster rate, and the telephone and the fix. Okay, else then integer plus plus. Okay, while 1 is less than 3, it will print. Here if you use if else when integer equal to 3, it will print out the SS69. After this, it will go to the system.axis, and it can to proceed the next step. Okay, next I will pass to the next presenter. Mic, open mic.
Okay, we need to create the class for this abstract classroom, extend by login. Then this is the object integer room type. Then we will call the method for abstract word calculate payment. Okay, this is the class customer access room. Then public static string name and then string IC, integer room type, integer days, integer range, double service charge, double total range, and double payment, double balance. Then this is the method for customer word customer. Then you will call string name, string IC, integer date, integer room type. Then this name equal to name. This is IC equal to IC. This day equal to day. This room type equal to room type. Next, I will pass to next presenter.
Okay, so here the next one is protected void calculate payment. So for calculate payment, we use if else statement. So there are 4 room type. So there is if room type 1, else if room type 2, else if room type 3, and else if room type 4. So in room type 1, the rent is 60 per day, and the service charge for the room type 1 is 0.05 of the price of the rent. And then for room type 2, the rent is 80 per day, and the service charge is 0.08 of the rent price for room type 2. For room type 3 is 120 per day, and the service charge is 0.10 of the 120. And room type 4 is 140 per day, and the service charge rent is 0.12 of the 140. So if the person input is not room type 1, 2, 3, or 4, it will go to else equal in I equal 1/0, because 1/0 will get infinite output, so it will trigger the catch arithmetic exception and say your room type are invalid. Then I'll pass to the next presenter.
Okay, for this method for the display, next create object, create the object for scanner scan and create new scanner, and this system outprint, and this part will print out the output for rent, service charge, total rent, and payment from customer. Now insert the value for scanner for payment scan, and this is the calculation for the process, and this one is the output for balance. And thank you. Please come again. Next, I will pass for the next presenter.
So in the main method, we create the object for the class ballet pulau in, which is PBU, and we also create an object for the class customer, which is CTR. So first, we call the method display in the class ballet pulau in with PBU.display, and in the try block, we create an object for the scanner, which is scan, and we print out the customer name, and below is string name equals scan.next line. So for the string name is the declaration for the variable name, and the scan next line is customer will input the value for the variable name. And next is output for number KP. So same, the string IC is the declaration for the variable IC, and scan.next line is the customer will input the value for the IC. And next it will print out the header of room type and the floor type of the room. And we'll also output your room type, and below is integer room type, which is the declaration for the variable room type, and scan next integer, which the customer will input the value for the room type, and will output the string for day, and below is the integer day equals scan next integer for integer day. Also is the declaration for the days, and scan next integer was customer input the value for the variable days. And we will call the constructor for the customer, which is the ctr.customer name, IC, day, and room type. And we also call the two method in the class customer, which is calculate payment and display. And we also have full of the catch block. So the catch block for the is for the exception handling, which is arithmetic exception and input mismatch exception. So in the arithmetic exception will output your room type are invalid, and for the input mismatch exception will output the please enter right format. And next I will give to next presenter.
Okay, here is the output for our coding. This output is incorrect password. When the user insert the 3 types of the wrong password, it will strike access denied and you can't proceed to the next step. Next. This is the output for the launch single. When you insert the correct password, P alias SSWORD 1234, then it will print out the header stream in this. Then if it will ask you to insert your name, which is your name is Ali bin Abu and your number Kapnanan. Then it will show you the room type 1, 2, 3, 4, and you in this case you need to insert the first one then and the days for you to stay in. After that, it will print out the payments. The range is 180, the service charge is 9, and the total rate is 189 in Malaysia. Then here you want to input the payment. You input the payment is 350 ringgit. Then it will calculate the balance for you, which is 161 ringgit Malaysia for you. Okay, next I will pass to the next presenter.
Okay, so next is large double. So after you type the correct password, it will appear the balik pulau in header, and then it will ask you to type your name at the customer name section. So in this case, the customer name is Ali bin Abu, and then after typing customer name, it will tell you to type nombor kad pengenalan, and after type the number KP, it will appear the room type and the four room type available. So in here, we choose room 2 and we choose to stay for 3 days. Then it will appear payment details, and the rent for room type 2 for 3 days is RM 240. The service charge is RM 19 and 20 cent, and the total rent is RM 259 and 20 cent. So the payment from customer is RM 350, and it will calculate the balance to minus the total rent, and the balance is RM 90 and 80 cent. So I'll pass to the next presenter.
Next is lot triple. If you enter the correct password, it will show the password, and then balik pulau in, and then it will ask the name, customer name, Ali bin Abu, and then no KP. Next, room type, and this type we choose room type 3, staying for 3 days, and then payment detail for rent is RM 360, service charge RM 36, total rent RM 396, for payment from customer RM 350, and the balance RM 46. And then thank you, please come again. I will pass the next presenter.
Okay, if you enter the correct password, it will come with the correct password. Password WORD 123. Then you print out the object, not the login, the phone number and facts. Then you print out the names, Ali bin Abu, then print out the number KP, then it will print out 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then we need to insert the room type. We insert 4, then we need to insert for the staying days, we insert for 3 days, then it will print out for the rent is 420 ringgit, and service charge is 50 ringgit and 40 cents. Total rent is 470 and 40 cents. Then customer insert the 350 ringgit. So that after the process of calculations, customer need to pay for 120 ringgit and 40 cents. Then it will print out, thank you, please come again. Next, I'll pass to the next presenter.
So next is the arithmetic section. So as same, after insert the correct password, the payment header will appear and the system will ask for the customer name, and we insert the customer name. After that, system will ask for the normal KP. So we insert the normal KP, and then the room type will output. And in this case, for the arithmetic section, so our room type, we will insert the not available room type, so which is number 5. And after the user input the room type and the staying day, so the system will output your room type are invalid to notice the customer, and the system will be terminated. And next is the input mismatch exception. So as same, after insert password, the header will output, and system also will ask the customer name and the normal KP. And after insert the name and the normal KP, the room type will appear. So to activate the exception, in this case, for the room type, we insert the alphabet, which is A. After insert and enter, so the system will output, please enter right format to notice the customer, and the system will be terminated. And that's all for our presentation. Thank you.